Hello, it's been a while. Now, I've just been this homeschool year of losing jobs, losing cars, losing things. This is the TMI for it all. That you can still do it if you're going through life and it's just everything's being taken away from you. Now, I feel like the light at the end of the tunnel is there and I am socializing now. Does anyone feel that way? I'm excited about this upcoming year. And right before school starts, which is in about a month, we're gonna be little by little adding our regular routine, back to our regular routine, just so that it's a smooth sailing from here. Because with the charter school, even though you're starting school, you may not have all your curriculum put together if you're purchasing from them. You may not have all your books if you're purchasing them. You may not have a lot of things until the following month. It takes a while. And then you still have to do your assessments, whatnot. So I did get, I don't have it with me. So I just want to share, right now we're going to talk about, I'm going to share with you what had happened in the last year. Now last year I did AmblesideOnline Year 3, did not finish it, and that's okay. Because what's great about doing Ambleside and even just homeschool around with the Charlotte Mason, you circle back with a lot of the same, not material, but the same themes and the same lessons. You're gonna be going through it again, you're repeating it. So books that you may not have finished, you can always finish later on. I'm a believer in that. And I don't beat myself over having to do every single book on AmblesideOnline. I do have them, and you know what's cool? Even if I don't finish it, my daughter, I find her picking them up and then going through it on her own, just for fun. Just because I do like a let's get bored, just so to detox our brain from everything, because we love video games, we love that stuff, so we need to detox it. And I don't take that away. I'm just like, let's be a little bored right now. And so she picks up books that 2 years ago I didn't get to finish, and she's reading a story. Now she can read. It's exciting. So that's why I'm a believer, like you don't have to finish it, they'll come around to it. All right, so last year I did AmblesideOnline 3. We love it, and I think that's what's great about summer school. We can finish it, and I think in this month I'm gonna finish as much as I can. Probably will finish one book. We didn't finish a lot of other books, but I'll just roll over those books as free reads for next year. So AmblesideOnline, favorite book. Maybe I'll put it up here because I don't have it with me. My daughter loved, we did, what is it called? It's Charles Kingsley's Heroes? Did I say that right? I'm using Anne White's study guidebook. So it's with the C babies. So, booyah, that's it. That was our favorite for the year. Princess and the Goblin, still favorite. Let's see, when did we get into William Blake? I think that's still her favorite. She didn't want to hear anybody else. She just wants William Blake, poet, favorite. And if you need resources, go to AmblesideOnline. Resources for hymns, that's my little one. For hymns and for folk songs. My little one, who technically we did not start, her favorite folk song was This Land Is Your Land. My daughter, I don't remember what she really liked. I think she's still stuck on Mermaid Song. I forget which year that was and who wrote it. Any case, that was great. Now, let's see, those were literature and history. Those were mostly literature. We really focused on history being, did we finish history? I feel like it didn't. There was just so much, and then I couldn't do a lot of school this year. It was one of those things that just couldn't do it. So what I love about Beautiful Feet books, if you're gonna do an open and go-ish kind of curriculum, this was amazing. I was a skeptic before, and I was so judgmental before. I don't know why. We get like that. We get so snooty about things. Beautiful Feet books, bfbooks.com, you can go. I got charter, you need to do certain things. It needs to be social science. It needs to be history, social science, and they're separate. So I needed to add that separate. So I got one of their volumes, geography, and it came with all of these books. And let's see, I'm gonna show you. Also tells you how to use it, and the pictures are beautiful where you feel inspired to actually narrate beautifully. At least I was, and how to do it. But these are all the books, and there's a little paragraph to share. What are they about? Just so that you get a quick little review. We're reading this book, this is what it's about. I already have it in my mind, what we may be talking about. So this one, and we didn't finish all of this, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I just want my daughters to not feel, and I'm not an unschooling person, I just want them to just fall in love with reading and books and getting to it. We were doing Asia, Eastern Asian, is it East Asian, Southeast Asia, all of those regions, plus we did, what else did we do? Like the African. So we're going through that part of the globe where you have Australia, you have your African, and your Indian, Moroccan. So it's that part. You have your African, Asia, not really middle, is it the Mediterranean? Not that much, the Asians. So you went through your Chinese, Indian, Thailand. You had your different places that I've actually never experienced. And what's cool about these lessons, and this what makes it open and go, is that there's different lesson prompts that you can do, you don't have to do, that you can add to it and add to your notebook. Do you remember this one?
Paint.
The paints. Isn't this pretty? It shows you how pretty it could be, and it encourages like a mom to just make education beautiful. Yes, I think I'm gonna do this again for her. We're gonna do that again. I am doing Europe and the Latin Americas next year. And so, like I said, my daughter is gonna be in 4th grade, but we were a level behind because imagine the year was just gone. So my charter introduced me to this, and this is very Charlotte Mason. I was surprised and I was happy that my charter was into this. Classical School Solutions. I'm gonna try to tag them. And it took me a while to get used to this book because I had that ADD mind where you have the shiny curriculum. It needs to be this, it needs to be this, it needs to be engaging, it's boring, Repetition is key. And your kids don't care. Honestly, I think it's the moms who care. In any case, it is basically you have your handwriting, you have a little bit of grammar, even though we're not technically in grammar with like Charlotte Mason, not to 4th grade. Please give it back. And you know what? They have a preschool version that's free. So I'm printing that out for her. But you know what I made? Do the $25 booklet for her for preschool, where they print it out and they bind it for you. And that's just easy. And that's what they did. They print it out, bind it for you. Expect 3 weeks. What's great about homeschool is that you don't have to be on a set timeline. You can just continue.
I love these roosters.
Yeah, so
I love roosters.
look at what she did. This was my favorite. An egg popped out of the chicken.
I love roosters.
Paintings.
I love roosters.
You love roosters. Well, they have beautiful picture study. Baby, you're shaking the camera. Picture studies to talk about what's in there to help with our phonics, and we're just narrating. So practicing narration. This is a very Charlotte Mason kind. And repetitions. You're gonna have the same activities with different content. So it's like the same, different contents, but it's the same way of doing it. You're gonna color in with the red and the blue. Your vowels, you have your noun and your verbs. That one is yours.
I just have to paint some of my paintings.
Yes. And then so here is a picture study. What I like about this picture study, it reminds me of those vintage 1920s Maribel drawings. I think that's her name. I have a book. But we're gonna just, a beautiful painting, beautiful picture, wholesome. Let's talk about it. So this was great. Now we finished all of this. I don't even think we finished it completely, which is fine, and that's okay. So in any case, she shows you how the read out loud a book. We're gonna use materials, our dry erase markers and tiles. I don't have tiles, but I do have bananagrams. So I've used the bananagrams. And then if you want, you can purchase their phonics books that she has compiled. Or I say she, it's a group of, it's like 2 or 3 women, I think, mamas, that this is their personal company. Tells you what you can do. Now you can do it all or not do it all. You can pick and choose. I've done some of it. I didn't do the dictation only because we weren't ready for dictation yet. But this year I am. So my daughter is just one level, took our time. We're doing one level behind, and that's okay. So practice using your phonics. You're going to start to dictate the phonics. So you're going to tell them what phonic is that, or phonogram, phonogram. And then you're gonna introduce, this is something you're introducing. You're gonna get a little paragraph of how to talk about it, and maybe even just to remind you. See, we're gonna do some practices. So it's kind of open and go book, but parent is still very much involved. I think for the handwriting, I let her do it on her own. That was independent work. But it's called Readers in Rhymes, Language Arts. So this was what I turned into the state. Every month that they needed samples, I gave them 2 to 3 samples from this, and that was perfect. So let's see. All right, for Mama Culture, this turned out to be a long video. Mama Culture. Now, what did I do? I am behind in my reading from last year. I did not finish, and I want to get back to it. So I am going to do a little schedule again. I find that the Kindle was great. I don't do well with the Kindle. I don't know. It's touch and go. I think with the Kindle, if I can do the Kindle with fiction books, it's fine. But with fiction books, it's better for me just to read it there on. But I want to show you some books that I got this last couple months for Mother's Day and my anniversary. So I just had my anniversary, 18 years. So almost on my 20th anniversary. But for my anniversary, I went to Long Beach, and there is a new location in Long Beach, a bookstore. Oh my God, Planet Books. So shout out to Planet Books. I think he actually gave him something for free. He made it give this one for me for free. The owner, I forget his name, but this was cool. This was a book that I found just hidden in there. And there's so many, they still have to organize. They have so many books in there that they need to put together. And in any case, this is a cool book because this one is a poetry book, and it's a school book, but I want to use it for myself to kind of educate literature It has what year? 1934. So this 1934, you can kind of see font is that vintage, it's like Art Deco. But it's you, even the preface, like how to read it, because it's a manual, it's a school book, study features, how to study it. Catholic. I'm not Catholic, but I always like when I'm into see the inspiration, because there's a lot of Catholic schools are classical, and so I like that. But you have the content, and you have, so this is someone's books because it's all written, but then you have all of the different, I see Wordsworth, Keats, Tennyson. So this is going to tell you about the different poets and the different artists, and you're going to be going through all of these, which for our mother going through Ambleside Online, we are going to be encountering these writers, and I want to know about it. Even just the different age, like the ages of the writing, like what kind of period that was. And that's it. So it's going through all the literature of those periods. You're going to go through it. It's a poetry book. It even talks about a little history of the Renaissance writings. You have Elizabethan writing. So I like that history of short story. So it's like a textbook. What I like about this, and I saw, oh, thank you. I think he gave that to me. Coleridge. Okay, we're going through. Let's say we're going to go through this. We're going to go through a little bit of backstory, go through the poetry itself, and then it's going to talk of that poet. I mean, what to be careful about is not getting too much of like, what is it? What did this book? What did they answer? So I'm taking a grain of salt, like what's the answer? Because I want to understand poetry better, and even just how it functions and how to write it and how to it. But this is something that will help me to understand. And this is from the 30s. So this was my anniversary gift from my husband. Now in May, that's June, May, I went ahead and I got myself The Tower and the Ruin. I barely opened it. There's just so much. I'm the kind of person that I want to annotate everything. Every little thing I want to annotate, but I'm so scared. I'm like, I don't know if I want to annotate this one because I want my husband to read it. He actually doesn't care about it, but it doesn't seem like it's a really large, very academic, like an academic kind of, but it's interesting. And I'm excited to go through all of it, of how the creation came about, what are the influences, and actually Michael Drought will be doing some online courses on the literary or humane, did I say that right? I'll put it on there. I'll put it in the description. Humane letters. What's their website called? Anyways, he's going to be doing a series of classes. So he's going to be doing, like, I guess a master. You can go ahead and sign up for his Tolkien classes, which I think is coming out this year or next year. I'm not sure. Anyways, interesting. That's what I'm reading. And then my regular, I love this Bible. It's actually, I love that they actually sent me this who is it? Who sent this to me? The She Reads Truth Bible. Holman Bible sent me their New Testament wide margins, or like column journaling. There's New Testament, but I'm going through Old Testament right now, so I'm not going to be able to do that yet. But with this Bible, I love this Bible, and I'm going to show you. Let me see. I'll show you through my Revelations. It's wide. I like that this Bible's wide margins. This is my Bible, guys. I like the wide margin, and it's translation. It's the CSB. It doesn't look that different to the ESV. It's pretty close. It's not too crazy. It's just a little bit more modern. But just for reading it, not so much for studying. This is just me reading. This isn't for study. I love those wide margins. And I'm going to be going through, with my husband, we're going through Daniel. We're going to be going through some Old Testament. I just finished all of New Revelation. And you can see it's kind of beat up just because I take it everywhere with me. But that's okay. I may have to get it covered. But I love my She Reads Truth. I have my bookmark that is a magnifying glass because of my eyes. So this is this is going to be my other everyday Bible. I was using my ESV Bible, my other one. I have many of them. And this one will be my Daniel one. We're going to be going through it, and then I'll study it later on. So that's it. Those were my mother culture. I'm going to go through poetry, going through some Tolkien, and going through my Daniel. I'm going to come with Classical Solutions Press. I'm going to go through the language arts. Next year, we're going to do level 3, which I'm okay with. And then we are doing Beautiful Feet books. Geography, I'm actually now going to do their history, because their books are Ambleside Online. They're just at different ages, so which is fine. We'll be doing that, history, geography, and they just came out with the science. I'll do Ambleside Online nature study schedule with the little one, but with the science and my big one when we go out and we're going to just journal. But our science that I have to turn in, we're going to do Beautiful Feet books science. They came out with a new one that should be coming out this summer. I'll put a link to it if you're interested. I don't have the book, but I did I believe I ordered it. My charter schools will be ordering it this month, and it should be getting it by next month. So maybe I'll do a video, like a peekaboo video, or what is it called? A look through, a peek through video of it. And yeah, I'm excited about doing Great Living books, and I can turn in something to the state, because that's just where I'm at right now. I'm part of the charter. And then literature will always be Ambleside Online. We want to go and continue to do 4th grade, because that's where we start our Plutarch. If you're new to this, Ambleside Online jumps it up when it comes to responsibilities for the child. I don't know if I'm ready for that, but what's great about their free curriculum, there's like year 3.5 where we can ease it up. We can continue to do some books maybe we forgot to do or we couldn't do, and then we could start year 4 the following year, which is totally fine. But we'll see. I'm gonna see if my daughter can do it, if she can handle it, because she really does want to go into Norse mythology. So we'll see. But thanks for watching this video. If you've watched the whole thing, thank you for sticking to the end. Please let me know. I'll probably put a comment in there just to get the conversation started. Let me know if you're new at homeschooling, if you're curious about free curriculum from Ambleside, which all you have to do is get the books, whether it's from the library or you just start buying them. Or for me, I went to the used bookstore, and a lot of used bookstores do have books. But what's great about the resurgence homeschooling and the Charlotte Mason, Amazon, surprisingly, and I'll put all the links, there's so many reprints of these classic books because they're in demand. So whether that's Ray's Arithmetic, which I'm going to be doing too, whether that's Nature Study Handbook, which had been, it's reprinted over and over again. There's a lot that's getting reprinted. But let me know if you are curious about it and you want to dabble your feet into it if you're homeschooling. Or if you're not homeschooling, maybe you're just someone who's just having your education. Go through the syllabus, see what book you haven't read, and just read it and start narrating. But until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.